I'm about to drop some Dani Johnson gold into your bank account right now. I hope you stick it out for this video. This is going to be a good one, and it's some great material that has just come into my brain over the last few days. I've been doing my goals and stuff for Smarter Networkers, some of my personal goals for some sports and hobbies that I have, personal financial goals, things I want to accomplish with my family, those kinds of things. And I'm sure you all are doing the same thing. I'm recording this video just before the start of 2013. My name is Brian Niederhaus. I work with Dani Johnson, heading up the Smarter Networker project, and we just are excited you found this video. And hopefully this little secret video is going to help you a little bit. This is some material that I have not seen anywhere on DaniJohnson.com. I have not seen it in the Smarter Networker Bootcamp. This is some secret stuff, and so I hope you guys get some exciting material out of this. This is just basically outlining what Dani Johnson did to build her legacy in home-based business. Now, I got an opportunity that very few people get, and I don't know if many people have had this opportunity, but I actually got to spend an entire month in the same room as Dani Johnson building a home-based business. And, and some of you guys are going, wow, that would be amazing. That would just be the best thing ever. And I'll tell you something, it was probably the most brutal month of my life in the home-based business, I tell you, and it was not fun. Imagine having Dani sitting literally 4 or 5 feet away from you, critiquing everything you say, every word you say, every phone call you make, man. It can get brutal. But, man, you definitely are going to learn something by having that opportunity. And I want to share with you a little bit about what Dani Johnson did to build her business during that time. Now, this is something that it really laid out a foundation for me for the future as I went on to have success in home-based business because of Dani Johnson. Just putting people in front of Dani is all I did, really, to have that success. But I watched her build her business for an entire month. Now, she has a monthly plan, and that's what I want to give you today is Dani's monthly plan for building a home-based business. And maybe this will help you kind of organize your time a little bit. Maybe it'll help you kind of put some structure to your month, not just your day, but your month, as far as how to build and be most effective with your home-based business. Now, basically, she broke her month into 3 segments. The first segment was really the first 7 to 10 days of the month. This is where really was all-out massive action. From the very first day of the month until about the 10th of the month or so, her entire goal was to find 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 people maybe that were serious about making some money and going after it. And these were what she would call her projects, her project person. She was looking for 1 really, but she would usually find more than that, 3 or 4 that were serious about it. They were putting people in front of Dani, and they were plugging into her expertise. So her first week to 10 days was finding those people. Now, how did she do that? Man, she talked to 1 million people. I remember hours at a time where she would not even take the phone off of her ear. It would just be plugged in there. This is the days when we didn't have headsets. We didn't have, cell phone, nothing like that. It was literally just this big phone stuck to your ear, and you had to hold them there. And she would press the receiver button to get onto the next call and dial the next call and read from the script book. Now today, you've got these beautiful script books with all kinds of great information on what to do and certain things. If somebody says this, what do you say? I mean, this is amazing stuff right here. And it came from those days when she was just banging away on the phones. And very, very effective, powerful things. So get a hold of these from Smarter Networker or talk to the person that showed you this video. They'll be able to help you out and get these from you. But the script books today are exactly what Dani used back then, and they were super effective. And she would say exactly the same thing every single time she talked to somebody, and it worked. And that's where you're going to find in the script books. But her first 7 to 10 days was just talking to thousands of people, and literally thousands of people. And we would get those people through ads that we would run, flyers we would put out, lists of other people's names that didn't want to work the business, whatever. Any way and every way we could get a hold of a name and a number of a live person, we would do it, and we would call that person and read them a script from one of the script books. Now, we didn't have these pretty script books back then. They were Xerox copies or whatever, and notes that we took from First Steps to Success and things that we wrote down when we listened to Dani in person. But man, it's all right here for you right now. So that's pretty powerful. So that first 7 to 10 days, she was just looking for a couple of people to really, really work with and drive deep. The next 2 to 3 weeks, the core part of the month, she was really just driving down into those people's warm market. Now, she taught us that the most valuable thing that a new person has is not that few $100s to get started, or even the few $1,000s it might take to get started in the business. It was their warm market. That is the most valuable thing that any new person can bring to the table. And she knew that, and she would just dive into those people's warm market. She'd be talking to all those people. She'd be having them write out their lists of names. She'd be helping them call those people. She would teach them how to use the script book. She would do home presentations for people. She'd help those people bring their people to events that we were doing in our offices back then. And man, just anything and everything she could do to get other people's people in front of the system, that's what she did for a 2 to 3 week solid stretch, and right up until the very end of the month. And so now you can imagine she's enrolled 4 or 5 quality people. They're now going crazy, talking to people all over the place, all kinds of activity going on, but not necessarily tons of volume yet. And this is where it got really exciting, is she had all these people now to get started, set up properly for the next month. Every one of us knows that we need to be started at the top of our opportunity. And if you haven't watched the second day, listened to the second day of the free 30-day boot camp yet, maxing out your opportunity, you need to do that right after this video. That is a powerful, powerful audio that Dani did, I don't know when, but it is powerful. And you need to listen to that and make sure that you have gotten yourself started at the best possible starting position, and you're helping your people and your team do the same thing. But that's all Dani would do for the next 4 or 5 days at the end of the very month. It really just actually wasn't even 4 or 5 days. It was 1 or 2 or 3 days that she would just be talking to people about the following month. Who is going to be the #1 person next month to make the most amount of money? And she would be talking to those people, getting them set up at the top of the plan so they could be in position to make the most amount of money. And many people would get started at those top things, and she would work with those people through the next couple of months and make them a ton of money. And you would just see volume happen out of thin air. I can remember a couple of days where people were sitting on my desk talking to her about where they could get started and figuring out ways to do it. And she would just overcome objection after objection and find people's desire and really get them to do something more than they ever thought possible. And that was a very, very exciting time to be part of what was going on around Dani Johnson, and all the things that have come from that are just powerful and amazing. So I hope, folks, that this helped you a little bit. Remember, that first week to 10 days of every month, massive action, finding some new people to work with. Middle of the month, focused in on their success, getting them to move up in the business plan, and at the end of the month, getting them set up for the following month. That's how you built the volume, and that's how she did it. And she would do $40,000, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in sales every month, and it would all come in right at the very end. And we'd be sitting there excited about our success, but she would just blow us out of the water every month. And her skills and ability are legendary. If you haven't plugged into DaniJohnson.com, Smarter Networker, First Steps to Success, any of those tools that are available for you, all the audios on CD, different opportunities for you to get plugged in. Do that now. Start off with a 30-day boot camp. It's free. It's on smarternetworker.com. Talk to the person who invited you onto this video, and they will get you linked up with that, or you can just go check out smarternetworker.com. But thanks, everybody, for plugging in. I hope this was valuable to you. Drop some comments in the comment box, and we'll talk to you again very soon. Bye-bye.